Hello everyone, I'm back, it's Dawn, and today we are going to do one final Christmas project, despite what I said in my last Christmas one, or my last Christmas video, only because, as I said yesterday, if you were able to join me, I found two for the price of one Christmas stockings. Now I hope you can see that that is a Christmas stocking, because my camera stand is as high as it will go, and my zoom on my camera is out as far as it'll go, it's zoomed out as far as it'll go. So that's the highest I could make it go, I'm afraid. But I'm sure you can see that that's a Christmas stocking. And what we're going to do, we're going to turn it into a cute little gift bag. So there's a little bit of sewing to do, but not much and nothing complicated. So what I've already done, I thought I'd press the record button and I hadn't, but all I've done is I've cut the loop off. So that's all I've done. I've taken a pair of scissors and I've cut the hanging loop off. But if you want your gift bag to remain a hanging gift bag, obviously you leave the loop on. So the next thing we're going to do is cut this bit off here. We're going to cut off the boot part, if you like. So we're going to grab a pair of scissors and we're going to just cut as far down as you can make it come, and just cut. I should have got the other scissors really. They're better for cutting fabric, but we'll manage, it'll be all right. So we're going to cut straight across there, or straightish across there. But I'm not going to throw the boot part away, the foot part. Now what you do with this is entirely up to you, this bit, but I'm going to keep mine because I'm sure I can find another thing to do with it. I'll find another project to do with it. I don't know what yet, but I'm sure I will. And then the next thing we do is, that's the cutting done. That's the big cutting done anyway. And in fact, I think that's all the cutting. Then what we need to do is put your arm, the easiest way to do it is put your hand through and grab the bottom. And we're going to turn it inside out, like that. So this one's nice, it's nice and lined. I don't know if all the other stockings are lined. It's been such a long time since I've had to buy a Christmas stocking, I can't remember what the insides look like. And you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but I'm going to cut off the label. You don't need it, and I find labels annoying. So it's coming off. So the next thing you need to do, which I'm not going to make you watch me do because it'll be very boring, you need to stitch a line, just a very simple backing stitch across there. Now, if your sewing machine isn't thick, if you've got a sewing machine, you can have a go at it, but be warned, it might not go through because this is quite thick. So I've just hand stitched mine, so I'm going to bring in what I've already done on my second one. This is the one I got free, so I'm going to actually I'm going to put that on the floor for a minute. So what I've done is I've just stitched it across there. I've done it in a slightly different colour so that you can see it. So that's all we need to do for that part. And then what we do is we turn it the right way round. So I'm going to just pull that through like that, bring it through like that, and then all we need to do is, once you've done that, turn it round, put your hand through into the base or into the bottom, and just give it a poke with your fingers until you're happy that you've got all the corners and the edges nice and straight. So there is the basics of your bag. Now if you wanted to, I'm not going to try and cut this down because cutting fur, apart from anything else, makes a terrible mess. And I quite like this big furry bit. But if you wanted to, you could tuck it in. I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it exactly as it is. But I have made a bit of a start on the other side. And I'll show you what I've already done. Something very quick and simple. Now you don't have to do this if you don't want to. I found in my drawer, this is actually felt holly wreath. And you usually use it to make, it's designed so that you can make a holly garland. But of course I haven't done it like that. I never do anything you're supposed to do. So I've used it to embellish this top part. I'm not going to put another one on the back. This is going to be the front of my bag. If you want to put it on both sides, you can. That's entirely up to you. Now, also in my stash, I'm still trying to use up things that I've got. And I've got so much in my Christmas drawer, I think I'm going to have enough to do Christmas projects for the rest of my life. But there you go. So the drawer closes a bit better now. I have found the most gorgeous reel of velvet ribbon. Now I know I've cut off far too much, but that doesn't matter. And I'm going to show you how I've done the handles. What I did, to save a little bit of time, I've already done this, I've cut some holes, or some slits really, like that. If I shove my finger through, then you can see where the slit is. And all I did was I cut one slit, laid it down, used a pencil through there and did it on the back. In fact, you can see where the line is. And then did another slit. And what we're going to do, we're going to use these strips of velvet ribbon to make our handles. Now, if I put it that way, hopefully you can see what I'm doing. So what we need to do first is pop one end through like that. This is far too long, but that doesn't matter. Take the other end and pop it through like that. Then all you've got to do is decide how long you want your handles. Now that's entirely up to you. But I don't want it too long, but oh, I'd say roughly about like that, so that you can grab hold of it easily. So decide where you want, how long you want your handles. And then all you've got to do is tie a knot. Leave it roughly where you want it. Tie a knot, tie a double knot, like that. Tie it nice and tight so that it doesn't come undone. So, and make sure that it's not a slip knot, otherwise it'll just slip to nothing and you'll lose your handle. Yeah, like that. That's not a slip knot, that's wonderful. And then all we do is we take our scissors and cut the ends off, like that. You don't have to be too tidy because that's not going to show. And when you pull it through, you've got your handle. So we're going to turn that over and we're going to do exactly the same thing. I'll show you once again. So take that through there and pull it through. Take the other end, find the other slit that you've made and push it through. Now you've already got one handle as a guide, so take your ends, try and make it reasonably the same size as the other one. It doesn't have to be exact. So that's about the right size, I think. So then it might be easier to turn it over. It'll be easier to tie your ribbons once it's flat. So we're going to tie our ribbons up like that, or tie them in a knot anyway. So tie it like that. Very simply, nothing complicated here. So what I would do is just pull it on the inside. And if you can hear those lads, Santa hasn't come early. It's not Santa coming down the chimney. It's someone doing some work outside if you heard that noise. So pull the ribbons and pull it till you can't pull it anymore, where the knot rests on the inside. And then again, take your scissors. If you wanted to sew this in, if you wanted to sew your ribbons in, that's absolutely fine. If you wanted to sew your handles, you can do that if you want to. But I'm being idle today. I don't want to sew mine in, so I'm not. But you can do whatever you want to. If you want to sew them in, if you're better at sewing than I am, which wouldn't be difficult, you can sew them in. But I'm quite happy with handles like that. And then as a final extravagance, well, it's not really extravagance, but just to finish off, again in my stash, I've found some bells. So what I'm going to do is, well, I can't bring it in actually, but anyway, I'm sure you'll see what I'm doing. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bells. I've put 3 bells on a piece of twine. I've just threaded them through on a piece of twine. You can put a gift tag on here if you wanted to, which I hadn't thought of until just a second ago, so I haven't prepared one. So we're going to just tie a knot like that. I think I'll just do an extra knot so that it doesn't come off, especially if you're going to give this to children. It doesn't matter how safe you think you've done it, they will always find a way of taking it off, little darlings. So there we go. And I'm just going to quickly snip that off like that, leave a little bit of a tail, and we will put the last one on. We'll put one on, should we put one on the other side? Oh yeah, why not? So we will put another bell on the other side like this. It'll jingle away, but that's okay, at Christmas they're allowed to jingle. So we're just going to very quickly, or as quickly as we can anyway, tie this piece of twine around the handle. You don't have to put bells on if you don't want to, but as they were on my desk I thought, why not? So just nice and tight. One more, I'm going to tie one more knot just to make sure that it's safe, especially if this is going to a child, which it very could do. Possibly this year, you never know. Every time I think I've done my Christmas shopping or Christmas crafting or gifting, something else pops up, or someone is generous enough to give us things that who we hadn't thought of, and you say, oh, we haven't got a gift for them. So there we go, guys. That's it. So when I pull that down like that, you've got your bells, you've got your holly. If you want to put an embellishment on, you don't have to. You can just leave it plain if you want to, and of course you can put an embellishment here if you wish to. But I'm going to leave mine like that. So when you hold it up, which is going to be a bit difficult, but if I hold it that way, it'll jingle quite nicely. So I'll hold it flat, or leave it flat so that you can see it. And there you have your beautiful handles. And there you go, guys. There is our Christmas gift bag made from a Christmas stocking. So I hope you found that useful and enjoyed watching my way of adapting one thing into another. And I'll probably be back once more before Christmas, even if it's just to do a piece to camera, as they say, face to face, to wish you a Merry Christmas. So I should probably be back once more before Christmas, just to say a Merry Christmas to you. And so I shall leave you with this for now, and I'll see you very soon. And in the meantime, thank you for watching. Thank you for your subscribe. Thank you to everybody who subscribed this year and any past years. It's lovely to have you on board. If you're watching this channel for the first time, you've seen this project and you thought, oh, that's a good idea, I'd like to see more. I'd love it if you give me a thumbs up, if you subscribe and hit that notification bell, and then you'll never miss any more videos on this channel. So I will see you very soon. And in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Do take care, everybody. Stay safe, have fun, and as always, happy crafting. Bye-bye for now.